Welcome. You're here early, that's good. Means there's something special about you. The Elysian might look a bit fancy, but she's been through more storms than I can count. She'll take care of you, and if you would be so kind, take good care of her. We got a whole lot going wrong around here. You better train up. We got terrors knocking on our infrastructure, and some mighty strange occurrences going on. I'm afraid our world is at risk. Without people like you, cornucopias might fall into darkness. Better get smart, get trained, and be ready. The storm is coming. I can feel it. I'd like to say we've been through worse, but this time I'm not so sure. Good luck out there. You're going to need every bit you can get.
Yeah, from the basement to the bull run, let's get it. We rise through every flame, we never quit it. I was down, charts red, blood on my paper. Learning every candlestick tear turned me braver. Support under pressure, resistance on my shoulders. Every loss was tuition, now my mind's bolder. Volume spikes in my vision, heat forge my fire. Stop loss on my doubt, take profit on desire. I grind while they sleep, midnight scroll through the data. Rising through the levels, breakout's my creator. They said I'd fold, I told them watch me unfold. Build amidst the blaze, hard tempered in the cold. We build amidst the flames, we never break. Climbing up the charts, making every play. Hard work pays off when the candles burn away. We're gonna make it, shine when the smoke clears day by day. We're gonna make it, watch us storm through the gray. Through every dip and delay, we still on our way. Margin calls tried to choke, turned them into fuel. TM maps in my soul, now I'm nobody's fool. Fibonacci guiding steps, Elliott waves align. Each rejection's in a center, step up the incline. Stop loss on my fears, breakouts in my mind. Bull runs in my blood, bear traps left behind. Hard-earned conviction, diamond in the rough. Trading hours till dawn, discipline's enough. The wick burns low, my spirit only grows. Ashes in my past, but I'm blazing for it now. Charts can't contain me, my vision unstoppable. We're gonna make it unbreakable. We forged through the fire, kept our faith unshaken. Analyzed every move, risk reward awakened. Building up our staking, every loss we've taken. We're gonna make it, see us rise when all's been shaken. We're gonna make it, our legacy's engraven in the book of the brave. We're the ones who remain. Let's go!
What's going on, Ada Gang? I'm Ada Ace, the founder of HydroDrip, a Cardano native incubator powering NFT, DeFi, and marketing for top-tier Web3 projects. We're built by community and driven by utility. So if you're looking for marketing, advisement, reach out to us at hydrodrip.io today. But this is Strike Zone Daily, where we check the markets, analyze the charts, and when it's right, we strike. But first, let's get that intro, guys.
Welcome Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight. Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight. Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight. Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight.
Tuition pay, scars from the game. Now we trade with precision and flame. Strike while it's hot on that on-chain lane. With leverage loaded, he's calling your name. Cardinal the field and the zone is live. Every candle lit up like it's ready to drive. Drip fed moves with a hydro kick. Strike perpetuals, yeah, the plays come quick. So step in the booth, let the markets unfold. This strike zone daily where the feelings go bold. Step in the booth, let the markets unfold. This strike zone daily where the feelings go bold. Step in the booth, let the markets unfold. This strike zone daily where the feelings go bold. Feelings go bold, feelings go bold, feelings go bold, feelings go bold. Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. I cut that intro off early. I'm sorry. I got to get over here and I got to talk to y'all about all of this stuff that's going on today. I'm going to be doing a little more of expanded TA today. I'm going to be going over SNAC, ADA, COC, Bitcoin, a little bit of Bitcoin dominance and other things like that. I'm going to show you some of the NFT markets and everything else there. With that being said, let's go on over and get into this here today, guys. So what we're looking at here is Tap Tools. So it's taptools.io. This is where you are able to see all of the Cardano native token assets and everything else there. Let me turn my music down here a little bit. It's a little loud in my ears. So, and I'm trying to give you a little bit of the music too. So hold on. It's kind of bothering me here a little bit. All right, so Tap Tools here. So we're looking at the top 10 by market cap right now. So SNEC is number one. That is the number one meme coin on Cardano, and it has the most trading volume. So SNEC is down 5.5% today. World Mobile is number two. They're down 3%. Ajax is up just a little bit, basically flat. Liquid, which is lending and borrowing, kind of like Aave, is up 1%. Igon is our cloud storage here, and it's basically flat up about 0.5%. Min is the biggest DEX on Cardano, and it is up 0.5%. Strike is why we are here. Strike is a derivatives platform, a decentralized leverage trading platform, and it is up 11.5% today, and I'll do some TA on that and show you where we looked at it yesterday. Number 8 is Hosky, and they're finally down 9.5%, but it's still not zero, and people still don't understand. I still don't understand why people are buying it, because it's supposed to go to zero. And if you don't get that, that's a joke, by the way. And number 9 is Shin. Shin is a reserve token of JED. It's up a little bit. And rounding out the top 10 is Indy. They're down 1% there, with a honorable mention of Cornucopias, which is down 2%. That's one of those intro videos. If you don't know what it is, back up to the very beginning and watch that 2.5-minute trailer and then go download it. And if you don't know what it is, go watch some of the other things on my channel, because that's another thing that I cover a lot, is the Cornucopias game. Now, let's look at the top 5 trending. This is done by volume of the last 24 hours. So SNEC is number 1 with over almost 1.5 million volume of ADA traded on the platform. Strike is number 2 with 750,000 million. Flow is number 3 with just under 700,000 volume. Stablecoin, and then rounding out the top 5 is World Mobile Token. All right, so let's go ahead and look over at the NFTs, because if you know what's going on Ethereum, ETH ran, then the NFTs ran. Right now, Cardano's kind of running, and I kind of want to show you a little bit about the NFTs on Cardano. So this is the last 7 days. This is JPEG store, jpg.store. This is OpenSea for Cardano. And our NFTs, this is Space Buds. This is an old school 2021 NFT here. And in the last 7 days, they've had 20,000 volume, and it's up 100% on the volume, and their floor is up 33%. Then number 2 is Dag Pixel here. That's got a volume. They're down a little bit actually on their volume. That's why they're up on this here. The bank card is up 565% on its volume, down just 4% from its floor. AI bending is up 143%. Clay Nation's volume is up 33%. You see where we're going here. The NFTs are starting to run. So the last 24 hours, the floor for these in the last 24 hours, Spacebud's up 32%. Chilled Kong's up 35%. Dirtbird's up 40%. So you have a lot of volume starting to come back into the NFTs, and that is very exciting for some of the people that are in the NFT space here. So just want to show you a little bit of that. So be paying attention to these NFTs. My project myself does NFTs and other things like that. So hey, they're coming, guys. All right, so I wanted to show something here. So this is Cock. Cock is a blue rooster. They do have an in real life product that they're going to be having a wing truck, a food truck that's going to come back in. There's all kinds of things about this token. If you don't know anything about them, go find their Discord. If not, come in my Discord and you can, I'll show you where it is, but you can find them on X. But here is the token on Cardano. So I just wanted to kind of look at the 12-hour chart here. And what we are doing currently is we're making higher highs and higher lows with a new higher high. So what do you think is next? A new higher high. So now let's look at Snack. So Snack is, well, I hate how it goes to auto mode. So I showed you this yesterday and we're moving up. I do believe we're going to the 1.618, which is almost 0.01 ADA, getting back to close to the all-time high or the all-time high. For the ADA pair. Actually, that would be a new all-time high. So as soon as we break this 0.007 would be a new all-time high on the ADA pair. But we'll look at the dollar pair in a minute as well. So you can buy Snack on a bunch of different dexes and a bunch of different centralized exchanges. You can even buy Snack on Kraken. Cock is on MEXC and a couple other as well, along with all the decentralized exchanges here on Cardano. Bodega just came out with V3 of their predictions market. So I really believe that this target that I've showed yesterday of about a 128, 1.28 ADA per is probably coming up here. And they have been on a tear since they came out with their product. Their token came out first, then their product came out V1, then V2 came out, and now V3 is out. So, you know, I just, what do you think is going to happen? When you hold this token, you're actually able to stake it to earn a percentage of the revenue from the predictions market, which is betting basically. And if you own 10,000 of the token, you can create your own markets. And then you earn 50% of your own market's volume. So there's that. Now let's look at Strike. Strike is the perpetual exchange that we were looking at here yesterday. Yesterday, I called this a bullish divergence. We did go down just a tad below it. But if you would have bought yesterday when I called this, right now we're up 10%. You would have had a potential for a swing of at least 15%. But with their new, their second product coming out probably today, I would expect us to go to 240 and maybe even a new all-time high of over 270 here pretty soon. So they're going to be able to do Snack, this token. They're going to be able to do Snack Perpetuals on their exchange. So this is their exchange here over at Strike Finance. They're going to be adding more tokens than just trading ADA. We'll get over there in a second. I just kind of wanted to show you what that was for there. A little bit of World Mobile here. This is, in my opinion, going to be one of the greatest tokens ever, or projects ever created. The token has absolutely done nothing but gone absolutely down. And the only thing that we can really think of is they're actually using the ADA pair to, make some money to develop things or something like that. I'm not really quite sure. Although, I guess people are just selling the token on ADA because the ADA market is going up. So when the Cardano native assets dollar pair goes up, or the ADA dollar pair goes up, when you have the native tokens that are on centralized exchanges, the centralized exchange market makers have bots that are their price towards the chain. So this could be just ADA has outperformed World Mobile, and that's actually what this would be meaning, is ADA is outperforming World Mobile currently, since this is the ADA pair. Let's see what the dollar pair looks like on World Mobile. So when you look at the dollar pair, it does not look as bad. It actually looks better when you look at it on the dollar pair, because it has gone up. It is live on ETH and Cardano and Base and a couple of other chains as well. So let's go back over to the ADA pair, since I am ADA Ace, and it's ADA pairs. Liquid here is doing pretty good as well, in my opinion. I do hold some Liquid, and I would like to see it start performing pretty well. It has been used to fund their product and everything else as well. So there is a little bit of a down. They have reduced a lot of the yielding of their own token. So that's one of the reasons why the prices started to rise again, because the token is not as easy to just offload, because they're just getting it and wanting more ADA there. All right, so let's switch over to TradingView, so we can look at a couple of different things here. So I wanted to show the snack chart on Kraken. So you're able to buy snack on Kraken, and this is what the US dollar Kraken pair looks like. US dollar snack pair looks like on Kraken. We have had since the 25th, no, the 9th, since the 9th, we have ran 148% on the dollar pair, and we're currently sitting up 121%. So I'd call that a pretty good win for a meme coin for sure. So let's see, I have not had any chat, or haven't seen any chat in here, so let me check in my chat here. So Curtis, yeah, okay, so you don't know anything about ADA. That's cool. So if you want, you can come and get into my Discord, and I can walk you through all kinds of things there. My project actually yields a different of like 10 different Cardano native tokens and everything there. So getting into my project will actually get you into a bunch of different projects tokens. I'll go over that at the end of the stream as well. And Flow is also doing the same thing, I believe, or has already added snack. Nice. Yes, Flow is should be lending and borrowing, and yes, I think they're going to be doing some sort of deal like that. But I do believe Flow and Strike are kind of the same development team here. So I want to show you this. So this is COC. Remember the COC token I was talking about over here, and I was telling you that it was making a higher high here, looking like. So I want to show you what this is showing. So we can come over here, and we can ask TradingView to give us the technicals. So according to TradingView, on the 1-day chart, the oscillators are giving you a buy. The summary is giving you a buy. The moving averages is giving you a strong buy. I think that's kind of interesting. So very, very interesting that this token might be getting a buy here pretty soon. So let's look at Bitcoin. So I wanted to show where I was looking at yesterday when I was looking at this last night. There is this volume profile that has been created here. Let me just delete this here. No, not that one. Well, I didn't make the line, so I can't delete that part. So we rejected right here on the 0.5 of the fib from the most recent up to the high, and that's kind of where we would think it could come back to. The golden pocket of this is down below us a little bit, and this green box is the CME gap from the this one. So the CME gap is down here, which the CME gaps we almost always tend to close. We don't have to close them because there are definitely CME gaps that are like way down here, down at like 92 and further. But with it being as close as it is, you would kind of expect this to maybe come down, close this, and then go a little higher. But right now, I'm not quite sure that it wants to, because I was showing this yesterday. I was looking at it. Let me get here. I put our little arrow here of where it was going to. Let me turn on our chart prime. And there was a high order block that I said it was going to go to yesterday after our blue dot, up reversal, bullish divergence, and everything here. And it did go exactly there. I didn't call that on stream or anything else like that. But just kind of wanted to show y'all what chart prime is able to do. With that being said, I need to jump over here, and we're going to be do our live read for BOK, which then I will show y'all what BOK AI does. But real quick, BOK analyzes the entire market sentiment, volume, flows, trend signals, and momentum shifts, and feeds me a clear, calculated trade bias before I even open the chart. It's like having a second set of eyes that don't miss. Whether I'm scalping the 5-minute or swing trading the 4 hours, I always check to see what BOK has to say. It cuts through the noise. It helps me decide if I go long, short, or just sit still. If you're in DeFi, leverage trading, or even spot, BOK AI has got your back. And trust me, once you use it, you won't want to trade blind again. So let's get over and show you what BOK AI does. So if you want to use BOK AI, you have to have their token. You can get 300, the minimum is 300,000. You can get that on Splash Dex, you can get on Dex Hunter, and you can get that on MinSwap. Those are either a Dex aggregator on Cardano or two different decentralized exchanges. And you can have 300,000 to just get into some of them. You can get 1 million to get the middle, and then you have 3 million, which last time I checked was about 1,500 ADA, and then it gives you lifetime access to all of the premium AI and everything. You can actually take a picture of your chart, drop it in, and it will give you technical analysis based on the chart picture that you provided. We're not going to be doing that today. I am about halfway through with the stream, and I haven't even got really into what I want to talk about here yet. So let's do S-Trade, T-R-A-D-E, and then we're going to do ADA, and this is what we do here, and it starts doing it. While we wait, we hydrate. Good old-fashioned water. All right, so it is showing us, let's see, can y'all see that? Is it big enough? Let's make it a little bigger for you here. So it's a trade signal here, looking at the 15-minute candle over the past day. Clear upward trend from 86 cents to the current price of 87.4. Some consolidation in most recent period. Price has risen approximately 1.7% over the observed period, showing bullish momentum, but appears to be entering a consolidation phase in the most recent candles. Its trade recommendation is a long. 3x is what it always says. It wants an entry price of current market or slightly lower of 87.3. Stop loss at 86.8. That's almost 1%. It's actually 0.75 or so. It says 0.78, whatever. With a target of 1.5 over and a second target of 2.65 of almost 90 cents. So they suggest 5% of your trading capital, and the time frame may take 24 to 48 hours. This is actually the longest time that I've seen it show as a potential on this right now. So this is a rationale. Strong upward momentum throughout the day, higher highs, higher lows forming, indicating bullish sentiment. Around 87.4 to 87.7, potential continuation pattern before the next leg up. RSI is likely in a moderate range, not indicating overbought conditions yet. 1 to 2 risk is what they like. I like to try to do a 3.3 is what I try to do here. ADA has been showing relative strength compared to the broader market. Volume appears supporting upward momentum. Key resistance though at 88 and 90. Yes, it's actually a little higher, but they are trading on a specific chart. Their confidence is medium here, and fear and greed is at 72. So let's go over to the liquidation heat map from CoinGlass. Let's refresh to make sure it hasn't updated. So we are looking at Gate, which it seems when I put in ADA, it brought up Gate as the top one. And as you can see, there is definitely liquidity building below us at 85 cents, but is pretty hot at 91 and even at 93.5. Let's see what has more. 671 million liquidation leverage, 661, 649. So there is technically more because there's 2 blocks. There's only 1 up here. It just depends on which way the rest of the market really wants to go, I think, here. So let's see if we can have some Bybit, see if there's anything else. So nothing below us on Bybit, but way up at 93.8. Binance, let's see here, nothing really below us, but all up at 93.8. That's kind of showing that the liquidity for the rest of the market is definitely above us. 94, there is some there at 91.1. So Gate has definitely got some liquidity on both sides. So if you're trading on Gate, you may grab the bottom one first somehow, maybe a spike or something like that, but I don't really think so there. So let's go back over here to ADA. Where's ADA at? There it is. All right, let's go to ADA. Let's turn on our chart prime indicators and get over here and tell you about our next show sponsor. So I have a quick shout out to give to Chart Prime Pro. I don't just eyeball the charts here. I use Chart Prime's premium indicators every single day, even when I'm not here, because it's also on your phone and everything else. Whether it's reversal signals, smart money zones, or trend strengths, this suite gives me the edge. It's a clean, powerful, and it works on any time frame, from the 1 second to the 1 month to the 1 year, everything. If you're tired of guessing and you want to start trading with data-backed signals, grab Chart Prime Pro from my link down in the description. It is a revenue stream for HydroDrip, which then gets relayed back to all of our token holders and NFT holders, along with once this channel actually starts getting monetized as well. That will all go there. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But go check that out and level up your charting. Yes, JR. Chart Prime is fire. Sent from the gods. Alrighty, so let's start on the 4-hour chart so we can see what the 4-hour chart is trying to give us here. We're letting the indicators load in here. And let's turn on this one as well. So on the 4-hour chart, we definitely have things below us. Down below us there on the 4-hour chart. Let's look at the 1-hour chart. So there is a sell signal that populated yesterday, kind of 24 hours ago or so. And they're trying to give us a target down near 74 cents out of this chart pattern that it is producing. Let's go to the 15-minute chart though. I like to trade the 15-minute chart because I like to trade with a little higher leverage. I'm a little degen, I know, but that's why you use a stop loss. So if you use the proper trading technique, use a stop loss, don't just YOLO into things. You can use a little higher leverage, and you can still make it work properly here. So it's giving us a descending trading channel. It's also giving us another one in there as well. So one of its smart targets was up here at 88.9. Its measured move is up at 90, almost 92. And I do believe that is out of this falling wedge is what it was trying to show. I think that's a little aggressive for its angles, so I'm not really quite sure I agree with that one, but I do agree with the trading channel that is here. And if that trading channel breaks out, then that would be a measured move almost to 95. So we would have to get out of that. We are showing a bearish divergence populating on the RSI. Earlier there was a blue dot, which you never, I would have to say, don't ignore the blue dots. If we're in a bullish time frame, which we are, don't ignore the bullish blue dots. Potentially ignore the bearish blue dots because we're not in a bearish momentum. They could just be signaling slowdowns in the market. So let's kind of look back at where this blue dot was. So this blue dot was here, and all that did was go down just like 2%, or not even 2%, just a little bit. This blue dot was here. It did come down from that blue dot here, like 3%. So it's not too bad. Now let's look and see when the last time you had a bullish blue dot. So bullish blue dot was here. So it called it around here. And from that bullish blue dot to the bearish blue dot, you had an 8% rise. So that's one. Let's see, when's the last time over here? So from this bullish blue dot to the next top was 6.6. So that's a good amount that you can run off of, especially even with 5x leverage. That's a good amount there. So my call for today would be for us to come down to our loud order block here. This is what I think that if I could get in, which I'll talk about Strike in a second. I don't believe I'll be able to enter on Strike. They need some liquidity. So if you want to provide some liquidity and you have some money there and you're okay with sitting in it for a minute and understanding the potentials for impermanent loss. That's what I was trying to get at. Your potentials for impermanent loss. So let me delete this box here. I think this box is getting in my way. Yes, that box was making it messy for me. So this is coming up just to our one of these dynamic indicators here. If we come down, so it's going to essentially, it would come here, and I'm calling for it to reverse down to the loud order block, filling this fair market value gap that is here, just barely tapping it. Actually, I'd want to bring it up to about right there. So on the blowfin chart, which is what I chart on for Strike because it seems to follow it the most, is 0.8624 as the entry there, and my exit would be right about, let's see, right at the beginning of the 2024 value area low. Thinking it maybe could reject there and make sure that you at least capture it. And this is a soft order block that is right there with 87% sell pressure and 11% of all of the order blocks volume is in this soft order block that is here. But if it comes down to here, which loud, it likes to come to loud when it shows you that. There's almost 20% of this entire volume and 74% of it is a bullish volume. So potentially as soon as it taps the top, it could just go up. So I wouldn't try to cover the bottom, but I would cover your stop loss for the entire one. So you would want to move your stop loss down and be giving a little further. So your risk reward is going to come down a little bit from that, but that's giving yourself a little more wiggle room there. And if you don't have enough, turn your leverage down and you'll be able to have a little more there. So that's kind of my call here. So let's get over to Mecca. Mecca is one of the projects that HydroDrip is marketing for, and they are minting now. They are an NFT on Cardano that is a CIP68. So if you don't know what that is, that's a version of NFTs on Cardano that is they're mutable. They actually can be changed through requests and other things like that. So we're going to be able to build a platform that's going to be able to make you able to upgrade the art, which when you upgrade the art, it's going to be able to upgrade the rarity as well, which when you upgrade your rarity, then you're upgrading your yield. What these bad boys do here is they're going to be mining Bitcoin through immersion miners with BOK, which is one of our community members here. He is a Bitcoin miner, and this project is teaming up with him. He's in Texas, so it's a US based marine ran mining, and they don't just set them there, they actually run the miners and play with the market just like we would trade our TA charts on token movements. He is overclocking and underclocking with the motions of the market just like we do. He does TA on the blockchain movements. He's way smarter on that side than I am, but come over here, you can mint these. They are 99 ADA a piece, but if you mint 5 in one transaction, you'll get a 6th one free, so you can get 6 of these bad boys for 495 ADA. They will be yielding a Bolt token, and what that is used for is you can earn stake there. One second, guys. Had to say bye to the wife. She's going to work. Alrighty, so 30% of the Bolt token earns the ADA from the mining revenue. So miners are going to mine and secure the Bitcoin network. They get the Bitcoin revenue. Bitcoin is going to be turned into ADA, and ADA is going to be yielded to the Bolt token holders. 20% of that ADA is going to be zapped into the Bolt liquidity. When you zap ADA into liquidity on Cardano, it buys half of it from the exchange that you're on, and then puts it all into the liquidity. So it actually is a half buy and increases the price when that happens. 20% of this is going to be held for compounding, buying more miners, increasing upgrades, going to the hydro level, other things like that. 10% is going to be held in reserve just in case we need anything, or like, hey, we get some extra and we want to make 30% for mining. 20% is going to buy back the Bolt token. That increases the Bolt price as well. And that Bolt token is going to be given to the NFTs in a dynamic staking pool deal there. So as they are burned, as they are minted, as their rarity levels are increased, it all is changing what the yield is to the NFTs. And as Bitcoin's price goes up and we're able to buy more Bolt, like say people sell the crap out of Bolt and they're able to buy more with the buybacks, then your yield in Bolt token will actually increase, thus increasing your potential for your yield through the Bolt staking. There's a whole kinds of things to it, a whole ecosystem that is there. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody can see that. Now, Also, you see TrippyDrip. TrippyDrip is my merchandise for HydroDrip. So you can go over to trippydrip.printify.me and you can see all of our merchandise. There is actually a mecha shirt that we have. We have a Wojak shirt that is "This is fine." Love that one. This is the Crow exclusive one. So this is Crypto Crow's shirt. He actually wore it on stream. You can go and find that on his stream there. And if you buy this shirt, 10% of the revenue will actually buy Crow token. And then I even have shoes, I have towels, all kinds of things. And this is all the artwork from our NFTs and as a revenue stream back to HydroDrip. So let's show you HydroDrip's NFTs. You can get our NFTs in our Discord. They are 66 ADA. Price will never go up, price will never go down, because 1 ADA is 1 ADA, and that's what we do here. So you can mint these NFTs, and every one of these yields stack. They will earn through a drip process in our Discord, which earns different tokens than what is here. Those are yielded differently and other things like that. These NFTs and this yield is through our staking partner, and each one of them stacks. So if you have 5 silvers, you see the token amounts that are there. You would actually multiply that by 5, and then you would actually have a silver cascade bonus. So then you would multiply you would add that 1 set to it again, and so on. So we yield our Hydra token, Wojak Blue, CTV, World Mobile Token, Snack, Bodega, Igon, Bank, and Angels. And once we get to 1,500 mints, we'll be adding 2 more tokens to that and adding 7,777 ADA worth of volume to the entire rest of the tokens, increasing the amount of yield at that point. And then there's still more to go from there. And every time that we get more to the next, like to 2,000, that'll be another 7,777 ADA added to these, increasing their yield once again. So get over there, make sure you get those NFTs. We also have a token. Our yielding from our revenue streams is 35% to our tokens, 35% to our NFTs. So as our project starts revenuing even more things, these are going to increase their yields. I think that's about it today, guys. I have had a great day. I am about 7 minutes over and about to run into some other shows, so I need to get off the air, and I also need to get to my in real life, because this is not the only thing I do. I do appreciate everybody coming in and staying with me today, hitting the like and the subscribe. Make sure you share it out. I'm trying to get over 500 subscribers, and I also need to get my watch time hours up. That's always a struggle. So if you have 15 different profiles, go and set them up and just let them run. I have some longer streams from my Cornucopias things as well. So if you want to go and see how the Cornucopias game looks, I do live gameplay. Check for those. There's no schedule for those. That's just kind of when I have the time to be able to sit down and play live with people for 2 hours, because those 2 streams that I've just done on the new build has been there. And if you want to get over to play those and be a tester with us, all you have to do is own one of the NFTs. And I do believe the cheapest way to even get into it is about 15 ADA. And then you have lifetime access to this game. It will be a free to play game, but right now, as in the pre-alpha stage, you do have to own one of the items in the game. All of those NFTs are actually all the things in the games, like my guns, my hats, my backpacks, my jetpacks. All of those things are NFTs, and I'm able to sell them when I'm done with it on the open market. And it's not illegal. I'm not going to get blacklisted or other things like that. It's actually the point of the game, and other things like that. So get over to Cornucopias, find their YouTube channel, watch their Copy Cafes. Their 2 CEOs get on almost every week and do an hour episode and talk about where they're at. It's one of the most openly built projects, building while we're able to see and play with what they're doing. So get in, They've been building for 3 years, and they have probably the best AAA game coming, and almost nobody knows about it. But there's like 40,000 people in their Discord, so there's a lot of people that know about it, but whatever. Alrighty, I'm rambling. Y'all have a great day.